McGeeTV.
Welcome back, McGeeTV viewers. This time we're going to be taking a look at Axiom Verge. This is the Multiverse edition for the Nintendo Switch. I'm very excited to get to try this game out. I've been looking at it for some time. This is kind of like a Metroid style game, kind of reminiscent of the original Metroid for the NES, kind of blended with some of the Super NES, Super Metroid kind of style game. Really, from the trailer, from everything I've seen from it, it just looks like it has a phenomenal art style. As I understand it, the developer of this was really like a single individual, just one man working alone. So there's a documentary that's included with this special edition right here. So I can't wait to sit down and check that out. So let's just dive right in.
Alright, so here we have it. Axiom Verge Multiverse Edition. Includes game cartridge, Blu-ray documentary produced by 2PP with 5+ hours of extras, exclusive art book, double-sided poster with world map and weapons and items, official soundtrack CD. This is made by Thomas Happ Games. Like I was mentioning earlier, a single individual, one man made this game. Life, afterlife, real, virtual, dream, nightmare. It's a thin line. It's Axiom Verge. A failed scientist dies in an accident only to awaken in a mysterious alien world. Where is he? How did he get here? And why do the fundamental laws of reality appear broken? All these questions and more. It's a single player game and it is compatible with the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, which I will definitely be checking out as I love my Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Let's see if we can get this thing open. Always be careful when you're cutting with a safety blade there. Make sure you're cutting away from yourself. Alright. Get rid of this plastic. Okay, so that's just a little piece of paper right there. It's got some really neat looking artwork on the cover right here. Some sinister looking faces, and the shadows right here I imagine is our protagonist, the aforementioned scientist. Okay. So let's open this up. Okay, so there's our art book, there's our game, and here are our discs, and that is everything in the package. Oop, whoa! Did not mean for that to happen. So that's our Blu-ray right there. This is the making of documentary for Axiom Verge. And this has got, let's see, Axiom Verge documentary, 25 minutes and 54 seconds. Tom Happ interview, hour and 54 minutes and 15 seconds. Tom Happ and Dan Adelman play Axiom Verge, 2 hours and 39 minutes and 1 second. And a speed run with commentary by Tom and Dan, 37 minutes and 46 seconds. So that is a lot of content right there on one Blu-ray. And I am very interested in seeing this documentary and seeing Tom Happ explain what it was like to develop this game. We've got the original soundtrack right here. Let's go ahead and open that up and check that out. I am trying not to tear this up. Okay, that should be good enough. So we got a track listing right here. We got 18 tracks, and they all seem to be at least about a minute to almost 5 minutes long. Ooh. And there's our disc. It says original soundtrack right there on it. made by Badland Games and Thomas Happ Games LLC. There's our game disc. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's check out this art book and the poster. I may have to frame this one because it is really cool looking. Look at that. This giant alien face. I don't know if you can see it, but he's real tiny. That looks like our protagonist. And this is just this really awesome looking poster right here. On the back, I know we've got a map. So there's the entire game map. And it's got a list of where all the weapons are, and where the upgrades are, where the power-ups are, and where I can find some lure. So I don't know if that's all the items in the game, but if it is, that's really interesting. That'll be very helpful. As I understand it, this has lots of secrets and lots of different power-ups that you can get, and lots of replay value involved. So I may actually put that map to use. Let's check out the art book. The Art of Axiom Verge. We got some alien looking faces right here on the front. Let's take a look at the inside. Intro by Tom Happ. Spoiler warning, this art book contains spoilers for the game Axiom Verge. So I am probably not going to look through this too much because I do not want to spoil this game. I really don't know the story. I know very little of it other than the fact that it's a Metroid style game. But I will read you the intro by Tom Happ. Thank you for purchasing Axiom Verge Multiverse Edition. As you may know, development of Axiom Verge took me roughly 5 years from start to finish. I had almost zero budget, so rather than using a tablet to draw the art, I had to hand draw all of it, scan it, then painstakingly pixelate it using a mouse in Photoshop. What follows are a selection of the creatures and characters in their pre-digitized forms, as well as some of their final digital forms. You will see that I made far more sketches of Trace than anything else. So Trace is the main character. These are the best of them. I often draw several versions of each creature character and keep the ones that don't look like they were made by a third grader. That's funny. Looks like he's got some drawings of Trace right here in various poses. I initially conceived of Trace's appearance by imagining how he would look as a villain. Crooked nose, eyes deep beneath his brow, then work backwards. Incidentally, many of the names here are not the official names of the creatures, merely what I imagined Trace would nickname them, being a physicist and not a taxonomist. As a bonus, artist Miguel Valencia, who also made the box art, has contributed some amazing high-res visualizations of these characters. I'll leave it up to you to imagine an entire game made with this level of fidelity. That's cool. I really don't want to spoil this thing for me, so I don't think I'm going to go too much farther. I think this is where I'm going to call it for me. If somebody really wants to see the art book and you really want to take a look at it, drop me a comment and, I can come back after I beat the game and show all the pages in the art book if you don't want to go get the collector's edition. But I think it's really cool. I highly recommend you get the collector's edition. This is Area 1 Rebirth Labs, Irabu. Characterized by test tubes of pulsating organic matter, this is where Sudra's inhabitants would rebuild their own bodies and where Trace was first brought into the world. It also connects to an ocean-themed surface. So, I don't understand what most of that means in terms of the story of this, because I really don't know a whole lot about it. But the artwork looks really cool. We've also included some unused creatures in here. I had floating creatures that could be used as platforms called Strieg, which I ultimately felt worked against having the glitch ray be able to create platforms from creatures later in the game. And then there's some boss artwork of Zedur. So it looks like this is a really cool art book. It's got a few pages. Looks like it's got at least 20, maybe more pages. Some artwork on the back right there, looking all sinister. I don't know what the deal is with all that, but it's interesting. Let's take a look at the game. So, right, the cover of this is a little different than the cover of the external box in this case. You got the hero right there, Trace, and our alien-looking face right there. At least I imagine he's a hero. I know he's the protagonist. That doesn't necessarily mean. But, got some text on the back here that wasn't on the back of the other box, so that's kind of interesting. It says, expansive, non-linear exploration of 9 labyrinths, labyrinthine interlocking areas, gobs of unique tools and abilities, loads of weapons and tons of upgrades, combat with dozens of unique creatures and bosses, glitches allowing you to break past the boundaries of normal gameplay, speedrun mode. So I heard this game had a speedrun mode. It has like a timer so that you can time yourself as you're playing along, you know, really useful if you're streaming it. So I think it's really cool that the developer had something like that in mind from the outset, you know. Let's take a look. We got some artwork from the game, it looks like right here. I can see Trace right there, a blue sky background, and there's our cartridge right there. So, all in all, it's a really great package. I can't wait to listen to the music of this. I hear it's very distinctive, kind of a unique soundtrack. I'm very interested in the documentary. I'd love to know how a single person spent 5 years to make their own video game. I find that highly inspiring, you know, that somebody could make something that is as recognized as Axiom Verge and it's just one person.
If you enjoyed this video, then please smash that like button. We appreciate any feedback regarding our content, so please feel free to leave a comment below. If you want to see more awesome McGeeTV content, then please click the subscribe button and the bell icon to receive notifications of future videos. Evan and I put out new videos weekly. If you'd like to support the channel, then please share this video on social media or visit our website at www.McGeeTV.com, where you can order McGeeTV branded clothes and various other cool gifts from our Cafe Press store. Also check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/McGeeTelevision or Instagram and Twitter at McGee_TV. Check out Evan's Twitch stream at XXScissor, XX Gaming, and my stream on McGee_TV. And as always, thanks for tuning in.